Hey, what's up, golfers? Welcome to this week's edition of the Myrtle Beach Golf Show. I'm Jeff Gilder. This is Ed LaPierre right over here. We're going to be talking to you about what's happening in Grand Strand today with the Veterans Classic golf tournament here in town. And we're going to get into what's happening with the PGA. It's major week, so we'll be right back right after this.
Introducing the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail. A new way to experience golf in Myrtle Beach. With over 20 courses to choose from, there's a perfect golf vacation waiting for you. Find the trail that's best for you at myrtlebeachgolftrail.com today.
All right, folks, welcome back. Ed, tell us, man, what's happening here at the beach this week?
Well, it's bike week.
It is bike week, yeah, it is.
Bike week.
The rumbles are here. It's a good thing we're doing this show in the morning.
Yes.
Because in the afternoon,
up and down here, it'll be all rumbling, bumbling.
You could hear the rumbles in the background, yeah.
It's also Veterans Golf Classic week. 800 military, retired, active duty folks going to be here in town for the Veterans Classic. 9 courses, 800 players. That's going to be a fun event. So
wow, 800 players.
800 players. Yeah, they're going to be playing, I'm trying to remember all the golf courses, Aberdeen, Arrowhead, Burning Ridge, Crown Park, Long Bay, River Club, Sea Trail, Bird Course, the Tradition Club, and Wausau East, which we're coming to you live today from
this week's golf course of the week, Wausau East in the background there. Thanks for hosting us, guys. We always appreciate that. Wausau East is part of the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail. See the logo right here?
There you go,
yeah. And you can get all kinds of info there at myrtlebeachgolftrail.com.
Yeah. Great. It's great. And, I talked to Scott Tomasello. They've got a huge turnout this year, so it's going to be I've been there. It's a great event. They have each of the branches competing against each other. Just a really good time. They do a lot of activities before and after golf. They have a big dinner and a banquet at the end there, and it's a cool thing to be at. So
yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'd like to maybe catch some of that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going to be in Colorado this week.
You are, yeah.
Guess what the temperature is going to be in Sterling, Colorado when I get up Saturday morning?
Well, it'll probably be 32 in the morning, but it'll be 80 in the afternoon.
Not this Saturday. 52 for the high. Snow and rain early.
Remember our drive out there? We were in snow at the top of the pass, and it was gorgeous when we got down to the bottom coming back from Mesquite there.
I'm still hopeful that the weather forecast changes between now and Saturday, but anyway,
never know.
Anyway, well, you could fill me in on what happens, what I miss here this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this week here, second major of the year on the PGA Tour, so it's going to be it's weird having major championship in May though.
Yeah,
it's kind of like NASCAR with your Super Bowl to open the season.
Here, this is funny. I got to show this. We were talking about Wausau East. Rob Mosser is calling me.
He's calling you right now. If we were live, that would really be funny.
That would be really cool.
We were on there live.
I could put Rob on the show with us live. But sorry, Rob, I'll get you after the show, buddy.
There you go.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just thought that was funny as heck because we just said Wausau East and then it caused. But no,
so who are you liking at the PGA Championship this weekend?
Dude, I am so much out of the loop on this. Is going to be good for me to get back into the loop of keeping up with what's happening on the Pro Tour. When we used to do these shows all the time, I knew what was happening. I could listen to all you guys talk about it. But man, I don't know, man.
So you're going to go chalk?
Yeah, I'll just go chalk.
So what? You got DJ, you got Brooks.
I mean, it's always it's easy to pull for any of those guys, man. They're all so freaking good, man.
Yeah, it's a great time. You get a lot of people in that. Basically, everybody in the top 10 has been, I think, world number one at one point or another here. So it's very competitive. My pick is John Rahm. I think he's going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
Certainly. Like his chances this week. A couple of real cool stories. Tiger Woods obviously is going to be back in the field, and love to see him doing really well. And somebody that hasn't played, has really fallen off, is Ricky Fowler, and he's back on his home college course. Maybe he can right the ship this week as well. So
that'd be cool to see.
That would be cool to see. I'd love to see Ricky get back, become relevant again, and he's been working hard.
And Tiger didn't disappoint at the Masters. I mean, as the week wore on, you could tell he was tiring some.
Yeah, you could tell
the
it
terrain
took a lot out of him.
Yeah. But that's all good, man. It's exciting, to see that happening. And a little funny thing about Ricky Fowler, when as he came on the scene, we used to kid about the fact that he had his ears up under his hat. And then he went. Then what? I don't remember which year it was. A couple of years ago, he went ears out. Man, It's been downhill for him ever since.
Well, yeah. I think since the Olympics and all that down in Brazil, I don't know if he got bit by a bug down there, but he got married coming out of there. A lot of things changed in Ricky's life. So, I'd love to see him do well again. This week they're out in Southern Hills in Oklahoma. So a lot of the Oklahoma team boys out there played a lot of golf there over the years. So I wouldn't be surprised to see one of them do really, really well this week.
Yeah.
So
Cool stuff.
Victor Hovland, he played out of there a lot during college. So he's one to definitely watch this week. So
yeah, very cool. So as the executive director for the First Tee here in Coastal Carolinas, you've always got news. What's going on, man?
We had our first FGT Future Generations Tournament of the year this last weekend up in Minnesota Golf and Country Club, which is the northernmost golf course in our territory here. It's about 3.5 hours, 250 miles from here. So we had a great event. The weather turned out really good. The forecast wasn't really looking in our favor, but we had about 50 players and raise some really good money for the chapter and for all the events and stuff that we do up in the eastern North Carolina area of Carteret, Pimlico, and Craven counties.
Sweet.
So,
I haven't heard that golf course name before.
It's a neat little layout. They put a lot of money into it. It has new ownership, and they've really done a great job up there. So if you're up in that area, it's across the river from Cherry Hill, Mount Cherry Air Base. So you see the planes coming in and out all day, and it's really kind of a cool place to play. It's right on the river. Basically, as you're going down the road, you either turn right and go into the golf course, or you hop on the ferry that goes across the river. So
yeah.
It's a dead end road right there. So, but a great golf course and a great time by everybody that was up there. Thank you to all the staff. Thank you to all the folks up there at Minnesota Golf and Country Club for your hospitality. And then this weekend we've got our Drive It, Chip It, Putt It. We work with the kids all spring in our spring programming. One of the things we incorporated starting last year was, hey, let's teach the kids, the concept of the drive, chip, and putt that they do at Augusta National, so that these kids can have an opportunity to practice and then maybe go qualify at one of the local qualifiers and get into the regional qualifiers. So we started that program last year. It was a great success. We've got 24 kids from each of our 3 regions coming down Saturday to Carolina National. So, if you have nothing else to do on Saturday afternoon, you want to see some kids really having fun, come on out to Carolina National at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon and watch the kids drive it, chip it, and putt it.
Yeah, that's Carolina National. I love that place. They'll have a headwind when they're driving because the wind comes in off the ocean straight in your face there. We've had several long drive events up there, and we never see big numbers there,
Yeah. Well, these kids, who knows what we're bound to see some good stuff. So.
But that's a great experience for them too.
It is,
to go out and just focus on, one aspect of their, or 3 aspects of their game, but one at a time like that. It's not like scoring,
No, especially with the younger kids, it's a great way for them to learn. And there's other ways to compete and other ways to, certainly when they watch the Masters, it gives them a chance to watch the national finals there and say, hey, I've done that, or I could do that. So.
Yeah, absolutely true. And, being vested in the long drive business, I like seeing the drive part of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So
workout kids, where do long drivers come from?
Absolutely. They come from
the
baseball players, softball players. They come from golfers coming up.
And the world champion, a future world champions are playing right now as kids, and that's cool as can be.
Well, you look on tour, and you don't have to look any further than the tour nowadays. All the young guys coming out just hit it so far. And if you don't hit it long, you are at such a disadvantage. So, I was fortunate when I was growing up that I learned to hit it. My nickname was Long and Wrong, but distance and length was not an issue. I learned to hit it far, find it, chase it, and hit it again. So,
long and wrong.
Hit it far, and then you can learn how to control it as you develop your swing.
Nobody plays better from further back. That's a fact. They don't.
So.
But and if you look at the top money winners, they're the longest guys out there now. So
it
used to be that way. I mean, just.
Jack was always the longest guy out there. I disagree with that. I think the longest players have always been the best players historically. You go back through, and Sam Snead was a long hitter in his day. Arnold was a long hitter when he drove the green on Cherry Hills. You hear the legends about some of that stuff. You're not competitive if you're not one of the longest drivers.
So you didn't agree with the drive for show, putt for dough thing.
You got to learn to putt too. I mean, that's the differentiator. You got to be able to hit it out there, but if you can putt it and hit it and move it, you got a pretty good chance out there. You don't have to be the greatest iron player, but there's a lot of great iron players out there that have had good long careers, but not dominant careers.
Yep.
They've stayed on tour for a long time with their consistency. But the greats all have that one thing in common. For the most part, they all hit it a long way. So you've seen some great, players like Calvin Peete and David Frost over the years who've had really good careers. But to take it to that next level, to be an all-time great, you got to be able to move it out there. So.
Yeah, cool beans. Well, hey, before we get out here, I want to say this: we're coming to the end of the spring golf season here in Myrtle Beach. For all you folks that love to play our wonderful courses here, now's a great time to come out and get out and play. You'll be able to get the tee times now. They've had a great season. The courses have been full. It's awesome to see that. But summertime's a great time to play golf here and along the Grand Strand, and we hope you come out and join us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and if you are interested in checking out more about the First Tee, it's First Tee coastalcarolinas.org. We've got our Greenbrier raffle going on still. Chance to win a 3-day, 2-night stay at the Greenbrier. Some tailor-made clubs for second and third. And then we've also got sign-ups up there for the Mentor Cup and a couple of the tournaments later in the year.
Yeah, the event that's happening this summer, we talked about that on the last show.
Yep, the Mentor Cup.
But what's that called? Is that a regional? It's coming up.
Ours is a local qualifier.
It's a local qualifier. Yeah.
Local qualifier for the regional finals, which will be in October. But ours is at Shaftesbury Glen on July 9th.
July 9th. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
We're gonna come out and try to cover that thing for you and show.
That sounds cool.
Show a little love on that. All right, cool. So. Jay says, don't forget about wingding. I always try to end the show without talking about wingding. And our producer, Jay Burgess, just hates me when I do that. So, but he'll make sure that I get in. So we're on the Wingding network here, wingding.tv if you want to learn more about that. We have an app in both the stores, the iPhone and the Google store. We send our content to Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, iTunes, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and we have a web app so that you can now get it from a browser. So there's nothing that you can use digitally that you can't find us. We're here.
It's a cool channel. It's a really cool channel. And the app's easy to download. So download it onto your iPad or your phone. Lots of great content on there. Yeah,
man, it's all original content, and your content could be there too. If you've got a podcast, or you've got a series or a single show, or if you've got some news that you want to get out, send it to us. info@wingding.tv. We'd love to hear from you. Who knows? We might just make you famous, like we did Ed here. He's famous now. I mean, he was nothing before he met us.
Hey, we'll see wherever that goes. So,
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. That's it for the Myrtle Beach Golf Show here on the Myrtle Beach Golf Channel. See y'all next week.
Introducing the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail, a new way to experience golf in Myrtle Beach. With over 20 courses to choose from, there's a perfect golf vacation waiting for you. Find the trail that's best for you at myrtlebeachgolftrail.com today.
Welcome to Wingding. With a variety of services to offer, we are an end-to-end one-stop shop for digital media production and distribution. Our company originated in podcasting, video production, and digital marketing space, affording us a solid background for growing your brand through media distribution. Contact us at wingding.tv so we can do what we do for you.